If you want to check out different content from myself, I've just set up a second channel where I'm going to post fitness and things. The link for that will be in the description. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to, technically speaking, the final episode of the season, which is going to be the FA Cup final. It's been a bit of a journey. We've beaten Spurs, we've beaten Chelsea, amongst others. Manchester City have made it. Of course, they're looking to do the double. I say the double. They may, for all I know, be going for a treble. I can't remember who won the League Cup, and I don't know how well they've done in Europe. So, for all I know, this is the game to win the treble for Manchester City. But either way, we're not going to let it go without a fight. Chevalier and Bella Kotchap have done well in the FA Cup so far this season, so it would have been rude not to feature them in the final. Tete wanted to bow out with helping the club win some silverware, so he said, please can I play? I laughed and put him on the bench. Jonathan David put us in the lead 3 minutes in the first half. I mean, that is, and I went and grabbed the ball because I was tasting blood. I was concentrating. We were up for this, and we absolutely tore Manchester City to pieces in the early exchange. Unfortunately, we weren't able to make those chances count. Rafael Leao wasting a lot of energy early on, but worming his way through the defence. Half an hour gone, and we maybe could have been 2 or 3-0 up at this point. Then Manchester City turned on a little bit of style, managed to get the ball into a decent position here, and it's a great save from Chevalier, the youth goalkeeper, and I think that's Milinkovic-Savic who was denied. Then Barco picks up the ball, plays it to Jonathan David. Look at the run from Rafael Leao again. It is absolutely shattered. He's just constantly sprinting. And then, unfortunately, took an extra touch. My fault completely, but it is what it is. Let's have another go, shall we? Why not, indeed? Lovely touch from Barco, cushioned into Jonathan David, who's got oceans of space. And yet again, just a touch that took it too close to the goalkeeper, and it's a wasted opportunity. It could be 4-0 going into the second half. Easily. Ball played through to Rafael Leao, just past the hour mark. He's in on goal, takes his time, eyes it up, still hits the post, but it does go in, and we lead 2-0 in the FA Cup final. Could it be our first piece of silverware in 2 seasons? Bearing in mind, the whole point of me choosing Norwich was to save them from relegation. We've done that. We finished 7th in the second season. Great save again from Chevalier, and we're on the brink of winning the FA Cup. It's not a sealed, done deal yet. Good catch by Chevalier, and the reason I've shown you this is because look at the experience in Chevalier there. Claims it, waits for everyone to get out, then rolls it, and then it's a case of building from the back. Cyprian to Gravenberch, looks, waits, and then plays a good ball to Rafael Leao, still on the pitch despite the fact that he's run the Manchester City defence ragged the entire game, and Jonathan David puts the icing on the cake to make it 3-0 against the champions. And just for that transparency, I'm going to press pause straight away, let all the replays play out, of course. It did look like the referee patted Jonathan David on the arse then. Anyway, we're going to go to game settings, we're going to go have a look at the sliders. It is all 50-50. We're not cheating. I don't see the point in cheating because you're only cheating yourself. And there we go. We're on Legendary. Everything's fine. Everything's normal. Just to show you that, yes, some games we're going to lose to Watford or whatever. And in other games, we're going to cruise past Manchester City as if they're not even playing. It's just one of those. Either way, we get to lift the FA Cup. And there we go. First bit of silverware as playing as Norwich. Very much happy about that. I won't lie to you. It is a shame we've not managed to clinch the League Cup so we can maybe go for European football or anything, but the FA Cup is a good start. Jonathan David finished 8th in the goal-scoring rankings with 18 goals. That's a pretty good return. Harry Kane finishing top with 30, Raheem Sterling with 27, and third was Mane. In terms of assists, Barco got 13, but look at that further down, in 12th. Jesus Ferreira with 9 assists. And there's me saying that I wasn't feeling it, and I'm not sure whether he's going to stay at the club or not, and we're thinking of selling him. And he's got one of the highest assists going. Into the new season we go. Pre-season friendly against Dortmund. I'm not going to play these. I can't be bothered. I actually fielded our strongest side and we lost 4-0. Oh dear, oh dear. So, offer came in for Cyprian. I thought about it long and hard. And I came up with a plan. And the plan was, if I can get 16 million, I'm going to sell him. And the thought process behind that, of course, is that he is at peak potential right now. He cannot go higher than 80. Well, maybe 81 at a push, but if he can agree personal terms with Watford, I'm happy to let him go for 16 million. We got, again, torn apart by Lazio 2-0. Barco went off injured, not great. Then we went in for Aouar. He's only just moved to Leipzig, but they were willing to listen. Unfortunately, they weren't willing to come down to the amount that I wanted to pay, which was around 60. So they wanted 80 plus. Couldn't make a deal. Then an offer came in for Jesus Ferreira. And again, if the offer was right, we're willing to sort of accept this. 15,850. What are you saying? Yes, he's off to Monaco. Of course, subject to terms. Then I'd eyed up a couple of chances or a couple of players to maybe go for. Julian Brandt, being one of them. But also, Sanchez. He had a release clause of around 27 million. We agreed personal terms. And there we go. Sanchez will replace Cyprian. Then I started looking at Lodi, left back from Atletico. I know we have good fullbacks, but Lodi has very high potential. It's sort of 86, 87, 88, in and around that amount. We've agreed personal terms. We paid the release clause of around 31 million. And we are now into the first game of the season, technically speaking, the Community Shield. So 2 new signings. We will have a look at the lineups just to see how that pans out and what that looks like. Arsenal fans will tell you this is the most important trophy going. Everyone else will tell you that it's not important and no one cares. But there we go. Sanchez in the middle. Lodi at left back. Aarons keeps his place. Bella Kotchap now more or less a first team regular. Godfrey and him will be rotating. Chevalier is our goalkeeper for the upcoming season. It is almost exactly the same Manchester City side as we've literally just faced in the FA Cup final. They have not bought anyone as of yet. I'm sure they will. Given the fact that they couldn't beat us in the FA Cup final. And if we manage to win here today, that will just emphasise our quality, and they will need to then go and get someone, I'm sure. That free kick, by the way, I didn't show it to you because we don't have anyone who could take free kicks anymore. Cyprian has gone to Watford, so they now have a free kick taker. Unfortunately, we don't. Barco plays a great ball to Kubo, who spins it past Edison. It's a great goal, 9 minutes in. And all of a sudden, games are becoming just that little bit easier. The creativity is flowing. Jonathan David in on goal here, stops it, brings it across. The pass isn't great. Rafael Leao was not able to get there in time. Raheem Sterling powers forward and Aarons takes him out. It is a yellow card, and rightfully so. Now, let's tighten the net a little bit here, because our defending is probably where we're going to come undone a little bit this season. We still have around 25 million left in the bank. That's a great goal from Aguero. Fortunately for us, he's just offside. Having looked at the replay, by the way, I would not have argued had they said he was onside. And a great finish from him. But our defence is what was under the microscope here, really, especially at the end of the first half. They were all over us. Bella Kotchap does well. But I don't know whether maybe we need to sell Tim Krul for like 3 or 4 million, go and buy maybe an 80-plus rated goalkeeper and still train up Chevalier, because I feel like that could be where we find a problem. Let's talk about that in a minute, though, because this was a penalty. Kevin De Bruyne went down. I wasn't having any of it, so when I looked at the replay, there doesn't look like there's any contact there at all from Aarons, and there isn't. He's got his arm on De Bruyne's arm, but apart from that, there's no... Like, he's not holding him back, he's not tugging his shirt, that's not a foul. Justice prevails, De Bruyne misses. I think Chevalier would have got it anyway, because he dived the right way. But from there on in, again, it was just assault City. Manchester City were all over us, and there wasn't an awful lot we could do about it. De Bruyne in that dangerous position, hits the post. Ball comes back out to Raheem Sterling, ushered out a play by Aarons, who did very well in the game, by the way. And then Chevalier from the back again, rolls it out to new signing Lodi, up to Sanchez, another new signing, forward to Barco, one of our first ever signings, plays it into Jonathan David, last season's moneymaker, and Rafael Leao, the January signing, hits the post. We are approaching the end of the game. We could end up picking up our second trophy in as many games here. Rafael Leao bursts forward. Ginter completely stops. He's in on goal. And bang, we have secured the Community Shield. I am very happy about that. It's not a massive trophy to win. It didn't really matter too much had we not won it. but it is another bit of silverware to add to the cabinet, and it's another victory over Manchester City. I'm very happy about that victory because they obviously won the league and God knows what else. They've got Kevin De Bruyne, who's worth probably more than our entire team, but we've managed to win it. Now, Simakan has a release clause of 18.4 million. I forgot about that. It was activated. We had to act fast, otherwise he'd be off to Frankfurt. Now, he's valued at around 30 million plus. I needed to act fast. So what did I do? I went in and offered him a new contract. Unfortunately, he was adamant he still wanted a release clause. They wanted an 80.8 million. Well, at least if he goes now, we get 80 million plus. So there we go. I tried to say, look, no release clause. Then I was like, no, look, 90 million maybe. And then they were like, no, we're not having it. We need a release clause. So 80 million is where we landed. So going into the next season, at the moment, this is what the team looks like. I'm very happy with it. There isn't an awful lot I would change. Apparently we have Greenwood until January, so maybe in January we'll have to bring in another striker because the only sub-striker we have at the moment is Baranatea. Kubo can play up front as well as Barco, of course, and Jonathan David for that matter, so we can rotate quite nicely. But I'm thinking the defence is the only weak point here. Chevalier potentially. We could be looking to sell Tim Krul, put Chevalier on the bench again for the season, bring him on, play him every now and again, and maybe bring in an experienced goalkeeper for the rest of the season. Bella Kotchap is high rated. He will be swapping with Godfrey every now and again because they're both in and around the same rating. But apart from that, I don't really want to replace Aaron's because his potential is quite high. Lewis's potential is around 83, 84. Lodi is like 87, so that's why. I'm not sure whether Lewis will remain at the club forever, but we'll have to wait and see. That's how we line up going into the first game of the season, which is against Arsenal. Not looking forward to that, I won't lie to you. But if you have enjoyed today's, I would say, action-packed, there's a lot of transfers going on. I did zoom through it quite quickly. I think we'll take a longer, deeper dive into transfers and stuff in the new career mode in FIFA 21. But for right now, we just want to try and get through things as fast as possible. If you have enjoyed today's video, though, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.